Hello. Can everyone hear me? Super excited that you all can join me this evening to talk about the Clark County Parks and Nature ADA Self-Evaluation and Transition Plan. My name is Michael Chow. I'm a landscape architect and a Parks and Trails planner for Clark County Parks and Nature. I'm the project manager for this effort. I'm joined in the room today by David Stipe, the development manager for Parks and Nature, and also our PIO team, Kaylee, Josie, and Maggie. Oop, trying to figure out how to move on. Hold on one second. Oh, there we go. So before I talk about what the county is doing to develop the transition plan, I want to start by giving a brief overview of what the ADA is and the history of the ADA. So the ADA stands for Americans with Disabilities Act, a federal civil rights law passed in 1990 to make sure people with disabilities have the same opportunities as everyone else. Before the ADA, many public places, programs, and services were difficult or impossible to access, whether because of physical barriers, lack of accommodations, or just outdated policies. The ADA changed that by requiring state and local governments to provide equal access to their services, including parks and recreation facilities. In simple terms, it's about making sure everyone can participate, enjoy public spaces, and be included in community life. About 1 in 4 adults in the United States live with some type of disability. These disabilities can affect vision, hearing and speech, mobility, or cognitive function. Many people also experience temporary impairments due to injury, illness, or recovery. As our population ages, the number of individuals who experience mobility, sensory, or cognitive limitations only continues to grow. The Americans with Disabilities Act is important because it ensures the public spaces, services, and programs are designed so everyone can participate independently and safely. By removing barriers and requiring accessible design, the ADA benefits not only people with permanent disabilities, but also older adults, caregivers, and anyone who may experience limitations at some point in their life. In this way, the ADA supports inclusion, dignity, and equal access for a large and growing portion of our community. It's important for Clark County to provide quality access to parks for all. Parks play a vital role in creating a healthy, connected, and inclusive community. Parks provide spaces where people of all abilities, ages, and backgrounds can come together to relax, exercise, and enjoy the outdoors. Access to the parks also supports physical health by encouraging movement and recreation, while also improving mental well-being through stress reduction and connection with nature. Parks also foster social connections. They are places where families gather, children play, neighbors meet, and communities build relationships. When parks are designed to be accessible and welcoming, they ensure that everyone can participate in these shared experiences without barriers. In addition, parks contribute to overall quality of life. They offer opportunities for learning, play, recreation, and just help create a vibrant public space that reflects community values. When access to parks is prioritized, the benefits extend to everyone, making communities stronger, healthier, and more inclusive. That leads us to the Parks and Nature Self-Evaluation and Transition Plan. The ADA requires government agencies to have a transition plan, which is essentially the roadmap we will be using to identify and remove barriers in county park facilities. How do we build a plan to ensure we fulfill the requirements of the ADA and provide access to park facilities? We are working with MIG, an interdisciplinary firm, to help us develop a thorough plan document. They have a wealth of knowledge and have worked with many different government agencies in developing ADA transition plans. The plan itself consists of several parts. The first part is working with MIG to review and identify issues, within our services, policies, and practices that may not be equitable or accessible. The transition plan consists of barrier identification in our park facilities, developing a prioritization criteria for removal, and a timeline for barrier removal. There will be 2 phases of public involvement. So phase 1 is the survey that is open out right now. And then phase 2 will be input on the draft plan prior to council adoption. So currently, we are well into this process and have been hard at work gathering information. County staff has worked with MIG to develop a framework for the plan document and have evaluated our existing services, policies, and practices. MIG has just about completed all site assessments and are working on drafting reports for each of our park facilities. As you can see, Clark County has an extensive park system, offering a wide range of amenities from multi-use trails, sports fields, playgrounds, water access, and just so much more. Our consultants went to each of our parks to assess and identify barriers that the public may encounter. After the site assessments, MIG will provide a report for each of our parks. I wanted to show you an example of what a report would look like. So each report will show the location of the park along with a summary of some defining features. They'll also list what type of park it is, that's neighborhood, community, or regional, and then the size of the park and surface materials found at the park. The report will also have a quick summary of the common barriers found and what it would cost to remove them. Reports will also include a more detailed list of barrier locations and barrier identifications and where they can be found. So each barrier listed will show what kind of barrier was encountered, suggest how it can be removed, and also provide an estimated price for removal. So what are our remaining steps? So MIG and Clark County are finalizing the site assessment reports. The survey that is open right now will be closed on March 6th, which is next Friday. So with the feedback from the public and the site assessment reports, we're going to internally evaluate each and all of the parks using a prioritization rubric to start laying out a timeline for barrier removal. Once we finish producing narrative and plan document, we will again have public review of the document before we and have council adopt it. So here's the link for the survey. It's an important part of the process for us to determine the values of the community. So there's no one in the room to take paper surveys. So if you need any help, feel free to reach out and we'll help you take the digital survey.